Hi everybody, my name's Yvonne Johnston. I'm a consciousness coach and a leadership development expert. And today I want to talk about curiosity, which is one of my favorite aspects of leadership. And when I talk about leadership, I don't just talk about you running a department or an office or a business. I'm talking about leadership in the true sense of the word. Where are you a leader? And that is even parenting. I mean, I think parenting is one of the most important leadership roles that any of us can ever assume. And yet we often don't think of that as leadership per se. But the principles of leadership are exactly the same as the principles of good parenting. So let's talk about curiosity. It's one of my favorite words in the world because it means that you're open to ideas and open to suggestion. It means that you don't have a fixed point of view. It means that you want to move things forward, that you're open to ideas. And so curiosity is a beautiful state to live in, and it's a fantastic culture to engender in your family or in your business. When you're inquisitive, the bottom line is that you don't have to have all the answers. I'm always a bit suspicious of bosses who think that they have to have all the answers, that they have to have the loudest voice in the room, that they have to tell everybody what to do. Because what happens in those cases is that the world actually gets quite small because there's only one way of doing things. And also, as human beings, we don't like being put in that situation. We like to be heard. We like people to hear our point of view. It's one of the core human drivers is that we need to feel significant. We need to feel important. So if somebody brings you an idea and you dismiss it, if one of your kids comes up with an idea and you just poo-poo it, that's probably the last time they're going to bring you any ideas. And so it's a very important culture to engender in your team. And I think the teams have suffered during this pandemic because everyone's been disparate, everybody's been stuck at home. And to try and bring the team together and to align it is really going to be important and urgent in the next few months. So if you are a leader in that sort of circumstance, I really invite you to think about how can you align your team? How can you inspire them? How can you bring them together? One of the simplest ways to start being curious is to stop telling and start asking. Stop telling your kids what to do. Start asking them what they think they would like to do. Start asking your staff, what do you think? Probably one of the most important questions you can ever ask. Start opening your mind to accepting other people's ideas. And that's the challenge, of course, when you're curious, is that you might get some ideas thrown at you that you don't like at all, that you don't approve of at all. But beware how you manage that so that you don't shut things down. So keep your mind curious this week. Start to ask questions like, one of my favorites actually comes from a book called Multipliers by Liz Wiseman. It's the story of Henry Kissinger. And when people brought him work, he used to say to them, "Is this your best work?" And of course, that's a great question because we all know when we're doing great work. And we also know when we're skiving off a bit. And if somebody was a bit hesitant about this, was this their best work, they would scurry away and come back a few days later. And again, he would ask, is this your best work? And of course, as a leader, that's a beautiful place for you to mentor. Because when somebody brings their best work, you can then look at it and be critical of it and say to somebody, well, actually, I think it's like 75% of the way there. What I need to get it to 100 is the following. And so you start to mentor into excellence, which is a beautiful environment to create for your team. If you want to know more about creating inspired and aligned teams or courageous conscious leadership, please take a look at firepower.com because this is really an area that we specialize in, and we've put together a variety of courses that you can participate in. So this week, remain curious, be open to ideas, ask questions, and have a fabulous week.